or Rick, agree with Greider that they believed their father was D.B. Cooper, a secret that shrouded the family but wasn't overtly discussed. It's the site you're on. You're right, I'm on Cowboy State Daily right now! I had no idea. It's just the first thing that came up. For years, they said the family stayed... What? For years, they said the family stayed mum out of fear of implicating their mother, Karen, whom they believe was complicit in both hijackings. Upon her death in 2020, they broke their silence to Greider after being contacted by him off and on for years. Greider, who has been researching the case for more than 20 years, documented this investigation in a lengthy two-part series on his YouTube channel, Probable Cause. YouTubers are cracking the craziest fucking cases these days, man. On Monday, Greider released a third video, DB Cooper Deep FBI Update, where he announced the FBI's new and very recent efforts in his discoveries. After watching his first two videos, Greider said FBI agents contacted Rick and Greider to see the parachute. It was the first investigative move by the agency since issuing the 2016 statement. Greider and Rick McCoy traveled to Richmond, Virginia in 2023, where they met the FBI agents. They took the harness and the parachute into evidence, along with the skydiving logbook found by Shantae that aligned with the timeline for both hijackings, providing another vital piece of the puzzle. Also present at the meeting was Greider's friend Laura Savino, a retired commercial airline pilot and award-winning author of Jet Boss, a Female Pilot on Taking Risks and Flying High. Savino said the agents were professional and stoic. Considering they had requested the meeting, it was clear they were taking it seriously. Crucial to the discovery are the unique alterations of the parachute that have been well documented by Earl Cossey, a veteran skydiver who owned and provided the parachutes in the 1971 hijacking. Greider and McCoy's children feel it's those small details that provide definitive evidence that tie Richard McCoy to D.B. Cooper hijacking. So he survived? That's what I'm getting out of this? He actually survived and then did that follow-up heist? This man's a superhuman. He should have been recruited by Stan Lee. That blows my mind. Where's the video they're talking about, though? I'm guessing this is the one they're referring to? Oh yeah, they said it was the part 3. I just didn't see part 1 or 2. Let me see what the parachute looked like.
We just solved it.
That's a mic drop right there. I love that. Man's fiddling with his parachute and he's like, you know what? Nah, that's checkmate. We solved it. It is a cool parachute.
This is the rig because they know what rig he used when he jumped that night. This is the rig. Yes, that was the rig.
He's even got a banjo back there. Love it.
In my opinion, Richard Floyd McCoy was definitely D.B. Cooper. Because of D.B. Cooper Part 1, I got 2 phone calls. Huge phone calls.
That's so cool, man. Good for him. I think he probably did crack it. Based on what I've read here, I think he actually got it. D.B. Cooper was Richard Floyd McCoy, and he somehow survived that jump. I don't understand how. The Lord chose him to be his warrior. I don't know, man. People have been claiming to know who D.B. Cooper is for years. Yeah, but he's right. If you know the story of D.B. Cooper, you will know that the parachute is known exactly what they gave him, and he's claiming to have that exact parachute here. The FBI seems to be thinking so as well. The family of Richard Floyd McCoy also seems to think so and has thought so for a while. I don't know. It's pretty overwhelming amount of evidence, to be honest. Physical evidence as well as testimonial evidence. They have his log dates, and he committed a similar hijacking months later. Also true. I think that this is probably dead to rights here. He died in 1974. Richard Floyd McCoy. Not the YouTuber. He's not like a ghost or anything. How many people claim to have solved it over the years, though? Well, this is the first person to produce actual physical evidence. Like, real physical evidence. Before this, all we had was like, I think it was a couple of bills. They still won't find him. It's been too long and the case has been tainted so much. Well, he's dead. They can find him. They can just go to his gravestone and arrest the corpse if they wanted to. But like, the evidence is overwhelming. Before this, who else did you think D.B. Cooper was? I don't remember all the people I thought it was. The main thing I've always believed is that he died. He didn't survive the jump. Most experts thought it impossible to even survive that jump. Fucking pitch black. the wind, like all of it, was a miracle to have survived, and I guess he did. McCoy's death is actually pretty crazy because he got sentenced to 45 years in prison and escaped by making a fake handgun out of toothpaste and stole a garbage truck with his fellow inmates. They committed a bank robbery together soon after, and he was killed in a shootout with the FBI. Didn't see that in his Wikipedia. I'm trying to quit smoking and I'm losing my mind. Hey, I'm wishing you the best with it. I've got a tip for you. Get hooked on something else, like League. You'll forget to smoke. You'll be too fucking angry at your teammates. Yeah, I played League earlier today, but I actually had fun. But I already know if I start actually playing League, it's going to be fucking miserable. I smoke because I play League. Alright, try getting addicted to Magic the Gathering cards, then you won't be able to afford cigarettes. Holy shit, Charlie, you gotta see this. The creator of Starweight made a game show back in 2014 called Take My Bitcoins, where he gave away 86 of his own personal bitcoins to contestants. No! That poor guy. Why? He is probably pissed. Oh yeah, he posted it on Twitter. I once created and hosted the first ever worldwide game show called Take My Bitcoins. Gave away 86 of my bitcoins to people in 22 countries live every week. Valued at 200 to 400 each over those 22 episodes. Now worth 8.4 million. Didn't come up for me, unless this is it. Must be.
Take my bitcoins.
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah. All right. So the next game is Stairway to Bitcoin.
Woo!
Yeah. Nice. Coins. Nice. I like it. Yeah. That gets a ding.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, here we go. I'm not going to repeat that again. Do you know how to play Stairway to Bitcoin?
Yes.
Okay, so true or false, I'll just say it for the audience at home. True or false, every time you get one right, you move up the ladder. This ladder's on your side. Every time you get one wrong, you move down. And
Good for him.
You're out of the game, you can stop at any time.
I wonder if any of the contestants held.
Oh.
I know they didn't. That's something I often think about. Like, if I did have, like, 5,000 Bitcoin back in 2014, would I have held it this long? I actually think I would have. At least a good chunk of it. Who was the guy who paid for pizza with a bunch of Bitcoin? I don't remember who it was, but he paid 10,000 Bitcoin. Forgot who he was. It's this guy.
You paid 10,000 Bitcoin for one pizza?
It was two pizzas,
Oh,
actually.
you got two pizzas out of
Nice
it.
membership, Courtney.
I mean, maybe the person spent $30, $40, something like that.
What would it be worth today?
$80 million, I don't know.
$80 million.
A lot.
No, more than that
But
now.
at the time,
Much
it
more
wasn't
than
worth
that.
anything.
Right.
10,000 Bitcoin right now, what's that? Like 800 million? More than that. Because it's, what is it at? It's still like 93k, so like 930 million. It's 943 million now. Not only the most expensive pizza, but probably one of the most expensive purchases a single person, not the government, has ever made. Incredible. Incredible. My roommate offered to sell me Bitcoin for 80 cents on the dollar back in 2016. Regret not taking him up on it. Did he keep his Bitcoin? Man, trying to give it away. Wonder if he kept it. So who has the 10k Bitcoin now? Probably no one. I imagine that pizza restaurant like got it in the wallet and just forgot about it. Just let it rot. The guy who forgot his Bitcoin wallet password got it back with the help of hackers? No way. Did he really? Oh, earlier this year. This is a different one. How researchers cracked an 11-year-old password to $3 million crypto wallet. That's a different one. There's a guy who is... He's got like hundreds of millions worth of Bitcoin in a wallet that he cannot access. And then there's another guy who had a hard drive full of hundreds of millions of dollars of Bitcoins that he threw out. And he has been like daily hiring people to go through the trash at the landfill with him to try and find it. I think he's still at it too. This was October of this year. Man who accidentally threw hard drive containing 8,000 bitcoins worth $500 million in landfill sues local city council for not excavating the site. See, this guy's whole life now has revolved around trying to get that back. I mean, it wouldn't still be there. Like, it would have decayed to a point of not being accessible, I would imagine. Oh, I didn't even realize it was that long ago. Back in 2013, he put the hard drive in the trash. Yeah, fucking right. You're not getting that. This is probably worse because he'll always think it might be out there. And what makes it even worse is that he's right. It probably is to some capacity, but it is absolutely decomposed. 11 years at the bottom of a fucking landfill. Why are there so many tragic stories related to Bitcoin? Because no one believed it'd ever be worth anything, man. It'd be like if your fucking popsicle sticks that you collected as a kid all of a sudden were worth 90 grand a piece. Like, everyone had tons of them, but no one really thought that they'd do anything, so they got rid of them. I still remember back in, I think it was 2013, there was one Reddit post that went to the front page that said, Bitcoin just at $100, buy now. Like, encouraging Redditors to buy Bitcoin when it hit 100. And I thought it was the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. I still think it is. But, man, if I had only listened to that Reddit post. If you open enough old storage unit, you have to find Bitcoin at some point. Highly doubt that. I don't think anyone would put... If anyone was putting Bitcoin on a hard drive, they probably wouldn't store it in a storage unit. They'd probably be way too savvy to do that. We were just talking about someone that threw away Bitcoin. Well, yeah, he threw it in the trash. I don't think anyone that has Bitcoin on their hard drive would be storing it in their storage unit. Like, I just highly fucking doubt it. Because if they didn't know anything about it and were getting rid of it, they probably would have just thrown it away. I just don't think they'd store it. You ever throw away something super valuable by accident? No, I don't think so. I keep most shit. I don't think I ever threw away anything worth real money. I do have 2 Bitcoin that I'll never be able to access, though. That's in one of those old wallets.